All right, today we're gonna bring something new. These are actually wireless microphones that we're gonna test out. These are perfect if you're gonna do blogging, if you're gonna interview people, or if you're just gonna use them outdoors so people can hear the actual sound instead of the surround sound. So we're gonna go ahead and see how it works and see what you get when you get some of this. So let's open them up. All right, we're gonna open them up and see what you get. So if you guys can see, they give you a whole set of items in here. We're gonna go over every single one. But look at these. They give you the 3 systems that needs the transmitter. If you guys can see it, it says transmitter right in the front. So you can't go wrong on that one. And this is gonna say another transmitter here and another one here. Oh, actually, this is the receiver that we get. 2 transmitters and 1 receiver. So you could interview 2 people and 1 receiver. So we are going to put it together, but before we do that, we're going to take everything out. It's a Type-C to an actual iPhone connection, if you guys can see it. So you have an adapter here, and then they give you a Type-C to Type-C, and then these are Type-Cs to actual Type-A to charge all 3 units at the same time. Then they give you a 3.5 jack so you can connect and listen to the audio from the other end, all right? So that's not a bad thing. So these things could be used on the iPhone, and also on actually they could be used in any kind of system that has a 3.5 jack. We're going to go into details. Let's go ahead and turn it on first so you guys can see a transmitter, how it works. So when you turn it on right now, it's doing the wireless and it's fully charged right now, but it's going to give indication of the microphone. The microphone is on right now. So we are going to turn on the receiver. All right. The receiver is different. So the receiver is able to get one of these. If you guys can see that, let me see if it starts blinking now. It actually is capturing. So we're going to put this one into a camera. If you guys can see, there's actually a jack and there's a plus and a minus here. So we're going to grab the connection to the actual 3.5 connection, and then we're going to plug it into the actual camera. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, I have a Sony ZV-10. So we're going to plug in our receiver, if you guys can see it. So we're going to plug it in, and the way it works, you basically just put it in here. It slides in there. If you guys can see, the slot slides on the top. That's simple. We're going to do our 3.5 jack connection. So we're going to plug it into the actual microphone area. So we're going to do a microphone here, one here. That's one connection, and then the other one just goes on top. All right, and let me remove my sticker. So we got that, and then we have one of them here. If you guys can see, it's ready to go. We're gonna test it out. See the lines right there? So we got it going. We're gonna test the other one out. They're both working. So we're going to turn it off. We're going to turn one off. And this is a mute button, if you guys can see. The mute button and power button and the charging station in the bottom, volume and volume down, all right? And then you have a connection. If you have a little smaller connection, a microphone, you can connect another microphone into it. So we're going to turn this one off so we won't get confused. Hold the power button and let it go. Hold it down for a couple of seconds and it turns off. So we're only going to use one. Like I said, testing it out. All right, so recording out of the microphone, and it's a little loud. I can see the channel's a little high, so we might have to lower it down right now. But if you guys can see, you can actually lower it down from here. Test 1, 2, 3. You can lower it down on the minus. Test. Oh, it's still high. Test 1, 2, 3, and we can always mute right here on the mute button. Mute. So testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. And then we're just going to put it back in here. And we're going to test it out, see how it works. This one, you could go actually long distance. I was able to do a test with about 60 feet away from the actual camera. This is a Sony camera, so you need to have any camera that has a 3.5 jack. Not only that, you could do it on an iPhone. It has a connection for the iPhone. It has a connection for Type-C. You can do any kind of phone. This can connect to it. So you can do Type-C to Type-C connection, and this will work properly too also. So another great feature that you can do. So we're going to test it out with the iPad and see how that works. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look. All right, here we have an actual setup. We have an actual Droid and we have an iPad. So we're going to set this up and we're going to do a video on each device and see what you guys think. So let's go ahead and start with the iPad first. So we're actually testing it out, and I have the headset on.
Test 1, 2, 3. Test.
So we're testing it out. So I could hear myself pretty good, and it's really loud and really close. So I'm actually standing probably like a foot away from the actual iPad. And just to prove to you guys, this works on an iPhone, an iPad, simple connections, just to be aware that it's very simple. And also, if you're not sure, if you're not getting an audio, you guys test it out and plug it in directly to the audio connection. It has a jack in here. So it's a good thing that you can hear yourself. Make sure that you are picking up the audio. If it's that important to you, if you're recording or have something to do, you got to make sure you capture the right audio. This is a perfect way to test it out. So hope you got to like this test. Now let's test out the Droid. All right, now when you first start recording, it tells you on the Droid USB recording. That means the USB is capturing the device. And just to test it out,
Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3.
so I'm able to capture the audio. I'm hearing it pretty good because I got the headset that is pretty loud that I can hear it from here. The only thing I didn't like about it is that the headset that you verified is a little short. But other than that, these work long distance. I was about 50 feet to testing it out, and it was working very well. The dual system is very good too. So if you have two microphones that you're interviewing, it doesn't interfere. It sounds like if it's one single audio, and I like that part of it because it was something that it made sense. It's not in the same transmitting services, which is it's on the different hertz. All right, so each one you're not going to overlap, but you can always add extra ones on the receiver too. So very simple, easy to program. I like these. They're very small, and if you guys can see it, it's very small that you could petite, that you could even hide it. And not only that, you can even add a microphone to it and clip it on and hide this maybe on your pocket or somewhere else. So as long as you got a good line of sight and you're not that far, or you're not blocking it with any kind of walls and stuff like that, this will work very well. So I hope you guys liked the video, and I hope you guys like the test.